Previously seen on Traders.
Wouldn't be making this offer unless they thought their case had significant problems.
What the hell is Navidine on the restricted list?
How deep are you in?
Up to my eyeballs. Look, you're holding Navidine, aren't you? You want troubles of your own. You just keep listening to this conversation.
The stock was restricted. Unfortunately, Marty traded in it.
Why don't we just make this simpler? Find a cross and some nails.
The cough isn't going to get any better by itself. You should see a doctor.
You should mind your own business.
Our firm has never had a derivatives department.
There's a fortune to be made.
They're almost as unpredictable as the punks who specialize in it.
You want me to come out of retirement?
I think so.
I don't want money. I don't want pressure. And I want a lot of chocolate.
We lose a lot of money. We guaranteed the price.
Who did?
Everyone did. There's no market out clause.
Took your advice.
Hey, it's the first time for everything, right?
Went to see a doctor.
We shredded on the 9th, 24 hours before the search warrant was issued.
Looks like we've got an illegal search and seizure. Guy did over $1 million worth of trades in just over 45 seconds. And not a single trade, mind you. We're talking a dozen small transactions.
Can't be done.
Turns out it was a seizure. Who knew the guy had epilepsy? Well, it's tragic, really. I mean, guy forgets his medicine one morning, and how the hell do I get into foreign markets in this thing?
What do you want?
DRP Investments looks like a bargain.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Take half for yourself.
I was going to.
So, the funny thing about Ronnie...
Who?
The epileptic.
Forgot his medicine.
Guy made close to 6 figures on those trades.
Sounds a lot like the Mike Cornelius story.
Different guy, different ailment, different ending. See, he lost an eye playing with a stick when he was a kid. Jim, where are you? Jim, what's this called again?
It's a screensaver.
Screensaver. And how do I get out of it?
Touch key.
Whoa.
What do you want?
Get me some VX, max out at up to 7/8.
So what do you figure? Morgan's eating some crow over the Cedric Ross affair?
Not really the commission's style, James, my friend.
How much longer do you think he'll be in there with them?
However long it takes.
You have no basis.
We have every basis, including a very interesting trading report involving Navidine and one Martin Stevens.
What'd you do? Go through every scrap of paper you got looking for my name?
Yes. Nice try, by the way, filing at month end. Normally it would have taken us years to get around to something like that, but we were highly motivated.
You have a warrant.
Section 11 order. Signed, sealed, and dated.
Why don't we just short-circuit this little exercise, shall we? Now, you're cranky because Ross got off, and who can blame you? So the question now is, what do you want?
What I want, I can't have. We blew it with Cedric Ross, so from now on, it's going to be strictly by the book. Trust me, the book can make your life plenty miserable. Where are you going, Stevens?
Under arrest?
Not yet.
Well, don't worry, I'm not leaving town. You have any idea what happens on that floor when I'm not there?
I'm planning on finding out.
Oh, we give them the numbers right back. They want to play by the book, we play by the book. We give them what we have to, nothing more.
This'll tick them off. I'll leave this place alone for a day. Morgan's crawling with investigators. What'd you guys do, hold up a bank?
Morgan's been making all our lives miserable.
No, I agree with Carl. I think that the smart procedure...
Sally, this is the real world we're talking about here. It's not some sort of case study.
Well, I found that the real world is populated with real people. And real people get real annoyed when you don't cooperate with them.
I think they're already annoyed.
I cannot believe anybody in this room is seriously suggesting that we cooperate with our executioner.
We can deal with Morgan, make him realize...
Morgan's having fun. We want him to stop. We gotta take the fun out of it.
If we try to stall him, this investigation will end up taking twice as long. Until it finishes.
It's never going to finish. Not until they have what they want.
Or realize that they're not going to get it. Now, I'd like to see a little show of hands here. All those in favor of playing this strictly by the book? Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. Arthur.
Nobody communicates with the commission except through me, and nothing is handed over to the commission except with the advice of counsel, and that's me again.
This is a mistake.
So you said. Any other questions? No?
Bastard.
Everything else on level. Morgan is just...
Just a bastard.
Do you think he's still looking for the missing documentation?
Oh, he lost that battle. Now he's just trying to even the score. He knows what the firm means to me.
Well, I'm keeping everything clean until you're well enough to get back.
Oh, Sally, this is investment banking. No one's entirely clean.
What is this, Huang?
I think it's just Wang.
With an H?
Probably not in Chinese.
The debt-to-equity ratio looks good.
Too good.
That's a bit of a cliche, isn't it?
How do you think things become cliches?
You are being pig-headed.
Why? Because I don't agree with you?
No, because you don't agree with anybody. You know, everything in this file says we should recommend Wang. Everybody on the street says we should recommend Wang.
The ancient Israelis had rabbinical panels to dispense justice.
You're not Jewish.
So I can't know these things? They had one rule and one exception. All the cases were decided by a majority, except when all the judges said someone was guilty, they'd set him free.
That makes no sense.
Everybody can't be right.
So that's your rationale? It seems a lot more likely that everybody can't be wrong.
No, they figured if there was no difference of opinion, then they had to be missing something.
The rabbis.
200 BC. Or something like that.
What's that?
Nothing. It's misfiled.
I'm going home.
Yeah, go ahead. You can have it.
Jim Swan. Yeah, how much do you want?
Yo, Marty, I think I'm still sitting on August wheat. What do you want me to do?
Nothing, seeing as you sold it yesterday.
Sold? I thought you meant hold.
You're joking, right? Because if you're not, I'm going to have to hurt you.
Sometimes you mumble.
Jim, we got August wheat to unload. Oh.
A gust of heat?
August wheat!
Well, how much and how much?
48 lots at fire sale prices.
I thought you said a gust of heat, too.
Yeah, big shot. Chris, where's Chris? Where's Chris?
You sit right beside Marty, don't you?
Actually, it's more like a cross.
Don't answer that.
What? It's basic establishing...
It's not relevant.
To what?
Well, I don't know. I don't even know what you're doing here.
Then how can you possibly object?
Oh, yeah. I mean, a judge will probably agree with you when you finally get to one. But right now, all I see is a warrant based on an alleged trade in Navadine securities by Martin Stevens. You want to ask about that? Go ahead.
You saw Stevens make the Navadine trade, didn't you?
Don't answer that.
Why the hell not?
It's a leading question.
I'm entitled.
You're probably right. But until I hear from a judge...
You find this funny?
Don't answer that.
You want me to start getting into your trades?
Don't answer that.
Don't be a fool, Kemper. This is not going to make things easier.
For who? Whom? What? Whom?
Why did they make us wait in our underwear?
Yeah, Larkin.
Must be a power trip for doctors. Pumps up their God image.
No, nothing yet. No. So I don't know. It's tough to find a place with a pool and a little yard left over, you know.
Yeah, tell me about it. Say, are you familiar with Wang Manufacturing?
Man on moon.
Shh. General manufacturing plant outside Guangzhou looking for Western...
Yeah, a simple yes would suffice. Just tell me what you know about it. August 92.
I don't know.
That explains the interview with Columbus.
Yeah, it's a... Who might argue with Vesper? It's a solid buy, you know.
Well, you might want to think about getting your butt back in here, because it seems that we have another director who doesn't share your good sense.
Listen, I gotta get going. The real estate broker just got here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Since when did you become a liar?
My personal life's nobody's business.
I could have come on my own, you know. I'm still alive. Hey, Doc, you did the test. Tell him his father's still alive, that he's got a pulse and everything.
I know you're alive, okay? If you were dead, I'd be at the office right now.
Doc, have I introduced you to my son? He came here to lend emotional support. These sessions can be so trying. Welcome back, Larkin.
Enough foreplay? Can we get back to business? I'm buying Wang. I don't care what Susanna says.
See, this is a problem. If your own people aren't listening, who is?
Well, I'm not going to recommend a stock I don't believe in. The ancient Israelis had a system of justice with one rule and one exception.
What just happened? Did I doze off?
Excuse me, Marty. I've been watching this for a while. When a majority of the street say buy, 66% of the time they're right. As the majority increases, so do the chances that they're right.
The ancient Jews told you this, didn't they?
But something funny happens when the majority reaches 96%. Suddenly they're wrong more often than they're right.
You're a Southern Baptist.
Lapsed. With Wang, we've got 100% agreement.
Yeah, not quite, apparently.
With this level of agreement, the street has been dead wrong 87% of the time.
Is this happening enough to be statistically significant?
Not quite, but the bottom line is this. You don't get numbers like this company has unless you cook them.
I don't care if they're poached and served up as an entree. We all know the game. You buy on rumor, you sell on fact. Look, enough people believe that fertilizer is worth more than gold. Next thing you know, crap is trading at $600 an ounce. Now, is there anybody in this room who thinks that Wang is anything but a good buy? Well, you're alone. Which means that you're going to be making a buy recommendation in our newsletter.
No, she isn't.
You don't know anything about this company, Professor.
She doesn't have to. Susanna's our analyst. Not Vesper, not the street.
Why the hell did I call you in?
Print what you want, Susanna.
Excuse me. Your precious rules provide for a vote when there is an issue in dispute.
And we don't have a dispute. Making these decisions is what Susanna does, not us. It's her job description.
Big mistake.
This is a private meeting.
This is a warrant. I go where I want to go.
Well, if you won't mind, our attorney will give this the once-over.
It's the same damn warrant you've seen a dozen times. Okay. You want to play hardball? That's fine with me. Front-running on Pierce, major insider activity on Halkirk, deficiencies on the Encore IPO.
Fairy tales. Those trades were all done strictly by the book.
Yeah, a judge will probably agree with you when you finally get to one. Then again, maybe not. Either way, you've got adverse publicity. No big deal, right? My guess, 6 months from now, there's only one man in this room who's going to still be rich. Your attorney.
Get the hell out of our offices.
Want to look at another copy of the warrant? I'm not going anywhere.
Well, Murphy can handle my class. Nobody likes undergrad. Remind him that I put his name on my last paper. And don't worry. I'll be there next week. Yeah. See ya. You don't have to thank me.
For letting me do my job? I wasn't planning on it. Monica told me the Light of the Lord file was still up here.
Do you need it?
Do you? The charges against your father were dismissed.
Yeah, on a technicality.
I found this misfiled with Wang. I thought about destroying it, and I thought about giving it to the police.
What did you decide?
That it wasn't my decision.
Your father is a righteous man, Sally.
It's very understanding of you, given that he was accused of stealing close to $5 million from your ministry.
Judge not, lest you be judged.
3 of your employees agreed to testify against him, but you've consistently refused to even speak to the police.
What is life if not a series of decisions, huh? So many are so easy, so few are so hard. Yet it's how we face those few hard decisions that determines if we've lived a good life or a life of sin. My former employees made their decisions, the police made theirs, and I made mine.
My father faced criminal charges.
And gains pride from seeing you continue his good work. 5th commandment.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
Mm-hmm. And you do.
The document was misfiled.
The missing fund transfer authorization. Police reviewed our records as well.
It's a fund transfer authorization. I'm not sure it's the one the police were looking for. It's the right date and the right amount, but it's not payable to your organization.
Do you want me to tell you that it's just a coincidence?
I want you to tell me what you know.
Do you? I know that you face a crisis of faith, child. I know that the devil's minions await you along the Lord's path.
Yes, Reverend. Tell me, how do you know if something's an opportunity from the Lord or a challenge from the devil?
Your father is a man of conviction, Sally. A man who faces the difficult decisions in life with grace and certainty. A man who knows that there are higher laws than man's laws.
Higher than the 8th commandment?
No, Sally. Your daddy has not stolen anything.
You sure you want to go that route? No, I'm not backing off my recommendation. Okay, well, I'll see what I can do. So what brings you down here?
What's up with Wang?
I'm going short and Marty's going long. Marty, do you need another 50 Huang?
Yeah, keep them coming. Benny, you ready for this stuff?
I think so.
Damn! Chris, I'm on it.
Just one little question. Don't you feel like a jerk betting against your own analyst?
Don't you feel like a jerk hanging out at the office on your afternoon off? Actually, don't you feel like a jerk taking an afternoon off?
You're undercutting your own people.
Well, see, what Susanna puts in a report is her business. What I do with the firm's money is my business. Ha-ha! Wang's up another 8.
Marty?
So, I guess you saw the latest numbers, Susanna?
Actually, I was on the phone with Beijing. There's going to be a press conference in about 5 minutes. Something about fraudulent bookkeeping.
Wang?
Think you can unload your holding that fast?
Chris?
I'll take it, Mark.
Chris!
I'm on it.
5 minutes, huh, Marty?
You got my order?
I don't need your order. I'm trying to flush my own stuff.
Gotta watch the front running, Marty. The walls have eyes.
Price is dropping already. Looks like Susanna was only a few seconds ahead of the streets.
Okay, I'm selling you 50. You got it.
So, we're at the gate.
Pardon me?
Plane's coming with full stop at the gate. Pierce's deal closed.
You're leaving me with one less account. I guess I can always find some new clients.
You got me.
Wipe that smirk off your face, Larkin. This is your money, too. I'm blowing. Yeah, just move it up.
Don't jerk me around, Arthur.
We wanted to meet all the traders.
It's a supply room. I'm shutting the floor down.
Oh, Grant. I'm Arthur Kemper, counsel to the firm, and this is Morgan.
This is my office.
This is a trader?
Mm-hmm. I'm registered. Mail order. Jack told me I wouldn't have people in here. Donald. They're.
Hi, I'm looking for Frank Larkin.
Come over here.
He still hasn't seen you?
Imagine that. Someone who's even busier than my son. Of course, this guy is saving lives.
I hate waiting.
Then don't. There's no point in us both being here.
Excuse me.
Yes?
My father was supposed to have an appointment with Dr. Parker over an hour ago.
Don't answer that.
I've known him since.
Grant.
It's an easy question. I know the answer.
Look, I'm here to help you.
Well, you're not. He is. Insert section B into slot C. You speak Swedish.
Don't answer that.
Hi, Donald.
Well, what's going on?
3 in the room. 4 now. Jack said I'd be on my own. Can you make him leave?
I don't know, Grant.
Get out of here, Arthur.
You're not telling me what
Client
I'm...
just said that he doesn't want counsel present. End of discussion. Appreciate this, Mr. Jansky.
Susanna says Northtown's going to 17. What do we have?
Northtown? What's Northtown?
I don't know. What do we have?
Nothing. It's a 15 up 3/8.
Still got room to go, yeah. Get whatever you can.
What is that?
$600 an ounce dung. Just get us a few tons. Hey, Tony, what do you got in the way of Martindale Resources? I know you can read, so can I. Well, your boy disagrees with my gal. I thought you'd be happy to unload a scud like this. All right, tell you what. You give me all you got, and I'll give you Susanna's home number. Yeah, Tony, I'm kidding.
The law protects you. They can't seek any sort of retribution.
You want some chocolate, Mr. Morgan? I got milk and bittersweet.
No, thank you. So, if you've seen anything or heard...
Section A slips into headboard. I haven't met so many people.
So?
So the ones I've met seem very nice. Have you seen Lucky Nut G?
You don't know of any problems, any mistakes, or fraud?
I just started last week.
Last week?
Ow! Ow.
What do you know about Navadine and Martin Stevens?
Who? Oh, we're almost done. Locking that G?
Uncover any violations? Zoning. You better not be sleeping in there. Afternoon, Ms. Ross.
I'm calling you, Kemper.
I thought it was time for us to have a personal chat.
Is this a witch hunt?
You don't like playing games, do you? Sure you have a future in this business?
Don't plan on it. Do a bit of teaching, though. I know when someone hasn't answered my question.
You think that my motivation is personal? Maybe I'm a little overzealous. Maybe I believe that your father is guilty and he should somehow be punished.
Thank you.
Tell me, do you think your father's guilty?
He's my father.
I'm not a teacher. Well, maybe that did answer my question. We know you've been to see Reverend Albright. The RCMP have had the good Reverend under surveillance. My friends were surprised to see you there. They're starting to believe that you may be involved as well.
And you?
No. I think somebody said something to you. Your dad, maybe one of the traders, maybe found something. Whatever it was, it gave you some doubts. I'd ask you what it was, but with your lawyer not here...
So why are you here?
My father spent 8.5 years in jail, Ms. Ross. They say he killed my mother.
I'm sorry. Did he?
I never asked.
Doesn't sound like your style.
I thought I'd let God be the judge on that one. You see, I loved my father too. Whatever you're doing, whatever it is you're looking for,
Truth.
Drop it. You're not gonna like what you find.
Six doctors, 4 hospitals. God knows how many tests in 3 days. Does no one know anything around here?
Nobody knows anything, Dad. Nobody but you.
Do you have any calls to make?
Can we try not talking? Okay, just give it 5 minutes. Talking hasn't worked. Maybe we can get along that way.
Fine. Dr. Larkins, what's your emergency?
Give me the phone. Larkin.
Jack, I told you not to answer anything that you didn't.
Let me talk. You pulled me in here on a day off. You think I got nothing better to do?
Your sailing lessons or your car shopping or whatever it is that you're doing can wait. This is a criminal investigation.
Okay, look, don't get righteous with me. This is a petty attack by a petty man.
He's probably overcompensating for something.
Let's get this sham over with. Let's go.
Greykirk Mining. Gerald Greykirk had a binding agreement with Brunswick Trust.
If he did, I had no
Now,
problem.
Jack,
You induced a breach of contract.
don't answer.
He was talking to Brunswick. He talked to me.
Jack, if you don't want to answer the questions, you don't have to.
I was playing cards with the man. I had to say something.
Pierce Aviation.
We met the capital requirements.
He didn't even ask you a
We
question.
jumped through hoops. We hired a derivatives trader. We're fine on that one.
Navadine Navigational Systems.
What's the question?
How much money did you make on that deal?
Mr. Larkin's employment terms are the...
Employment. I couldn't care less about his compensation. You played this stock, didn't you?
Don't answer that.
A little front-running, Mr. Larkin? Maybe not. Maybe just another Gardner Ross director playing a restricted stock.
Are you finished?
Get out of here.
Excuse me?
You can leave. Taylor?
Yeah.
I want every file they've got on Navadine Navigation. Pull Harding and Gorski off the floor.
Something I should know about?
No.
It's
something I don't want to know about.
No. Oh, God.
You didn't exactly make things easy on me back there. I'd appreciate knowing what you're trying to hide.
Nothing. But Morgan doesn't know that. Should keep his troops busy for a few days. I gotta run.
Want to get a decent shooting guard and still stand under the salary cap? They've got to unload him.
But he puts people in the seats.
Yeah, but they're more interested in filling the arena than in winning games.
That's exactly why I don't own season tickets, and that's exactly why they're a recommended buy.
All right.
Did you know about Nortown's Alaskan holdings?
Yeah, we reported on them 6 months ago.
Marty?
Give me good news, Marks.
Stay away from Nortown.
Too late. Marks? Barnes?
Don't sweat this, guy. Susanna, you there?
Ditch Nortown.
You got too much caffeine,
What
Marks?
are you waiting for?
Well, a reason.
I was going through our old Nortown analysis.
It's like
and
6 months
They
old.
never unloaded their Alaskan properties. I don't know why.
Well, too busy being infallible, I guess?
Apparently I'm not.
Well, apparently you are. Nortown's up $1.125 already today.
Well, it
Nice work.
shouldn't be.
Well, Susanna Marks says it should.
Alaskan properties are like a rock tied around a drowning man's neck.
Well, apparently your word is worth a little bit more than something like reality. Buy on rumor, sell on fact, right? Well, you are the only rumor that matters right now.
It's up another eighth.
Okay, it's time to sell on fact, people. Let's do a little profit taking from Nortown before the Swami's magic spell wears off. Unless, of course, any of you pinheads have any objections. No? Well, you want to get the hell out of my way? I'm trying to pace here! Nothing. Good.
Matter's out of hand.
You said play hardball with these people? It's not too late to change course?
I just got off the phone with the Attorney General's office. Seems there aren't enough favors in the world to make Morgan go away. And this situation isn't going to go away just by making nice to the guy.
Well, Larkin bought us some time.
Larkin bought us nothing. We're in the back seat of a 54 Chevrolet, and our date isn't going to stop until we put out.
A lovely metaphor, Adam. What are you suggesting?
Somebody's got to go down.
They've got nothing on us.
We do know that they have something on Marty and Navadine.
Your report.
If I hadn't filed that report, this entire firm would be on the line for failure to disclose.
If you hadn't filed that report, they wouldn't even be here.
No, Carl's right. Marty's vulnerable. He's got to be the one.
He's our head trader. He's been with us for 17 years. He's your friend.
It's a shame.
Wrong. It's not an option.
Just do the math, Sally. It's not only an option, it's our only option. Now, Morgan is making it impossible to work around here. He has a legal right to do that. He has the resources to do that, and what's worse, he wants to do that. Now, we don't give him what he wants, and sooner or later, we shut down.
I'm not prepared to ask Marty to sacrifice himself to save this firm.
Who said anything about asking?
That's me. I believe we said $20. Don't be a stranger.
What are you doing here? You missed your appointment.
First and foremost, a man's got to make a living. Something my son taught me.
You don't have your health, you don't got nothing. Something my old man taught me. I'd thrown his away for 20 years.
Want to talk? Sit down. I'll give you a white.
You're sick.
So they tell me.
You gonna do anything about it?
I feel fine. Your queen, on the other hand...
You're coughing up blood yesterday. What, you got one of those 24-hour blood coughing bugs I heard about?
I wasn't coughing out blood. You want to keep it down? People don't like playing chess with blood coughers.
I can understand that.
Gonna move or what?
I rescheduled your appointment. You gonna bother to show up?
If I feel sick.
There you go. You win. It's tomorrow morning at 9 if you feel sick.
No, I feel fine. I tell you what's killing me. It's this crazy exercise regimen. Tazwell's never had it this good. I didn't walk this much when I was healthy. Of course, maybe that's why I'm numb.
Did some checking into a company today.
Sound investment?
530657 Ontario, Inc.
I did nothing wrong.
There are higher laws than men's laws.
You spoke to Reverend Albright before you spoke to your father.
I'm sorry, I wasn't sure what to think. Didn't want to doubt you.
You didn't want me to know you doubted me. He's a pompous, arrogant demagogue.
Speaks well of you.
He should.
On the day that Reverend Albright's deal closed, $4.82 million shy, exactly $4.82 million was paid by our firm into that numbered company. And, at least that's what it looks like.
Is that a question?
Are you guilty, Dan?
Are you asking me as the senior partner of Gardner Ross or as my daughter?
Would it make a difference to your answer?
Well, I thought it would make a difference to your question.
I'll trust your answer.
You have my answer.
Don't run away from this, Dad. Are you guilty?
The charges were dismissed, Sally.
Stop! It's a simple question, and I'm not getting a simple answer. Please, Dad. Are you guilty?
Do you love me, Sally?
Very much. Are you guilty?
I didn't steal the $5 million.
That's what Reverend Albright said.
I earned it.
Did you ask the question? Could have avoided some tough decisions.
I'll be leaving this firm as soon as my father's well enough to return.
I don't think you are.
I don't have a choice.
Your choices may not be the ones you want, but you do still have a choice. Your father thought he didn't answer to the same law that applies to the rest of us.
He was acquitted.
He was guilty.
Under whose law?
You couldn't bury your head in the sand before you knew the truth. You sure as hell can't bury it now. Your father's a crook.
Screw you.
Now you know it too.
So I'm appeasing the gods.
Hardly a virgin sacrifice. My discretion isn't your long suit, is it?
Oh, yeah. She's the pariah. You put a contract out on me and you're pissed because she tipped me off?
Have you discussed this further with Kemper?
Well, it's a business decision, not a legal one. It's the best interest of the firm. That's what's at issue here.
Sacrifice the few for the many. You ever go a day without a major rationalization, Adam?
Boy, you spend more time around here on your day off than when you're working,
Yeah,
don't
well,
you?
if you could go a day without a crisis...
It's just a miracle how we managed to hold this firm together until you came along, isn't it?
Hey. You mind just concentrating on my problem for a minute? I am tired of being this firm's whipping boy.
Believe me, Marty, if there was any other way...
Look, we took a vote. The firm has a policy on this. Let Kemper do his
We're
job.
postponing the inevitable. Morgan is not going to go away.
Neither's Marty.
What's the real issue here, Adam? How long till the commission dredges up one of your skeletons?
Even if there aren't any, they're going to build them. And it's not just going to be mine.
I'll take 60 days. Fully paid. And I want a guaranteed job on my return plus 2 years, 30% raise, and a locked-in minimum bonus.
60 days or 6 years, Marty? Do you know what a suspension will do to your reputation?
Well, why do you think I want the guaranteed job?
You don't have to do this.
Yes, I do. Adam's right. Either you give me up or I take the whole place down with me, so.
We may have to offer more.
60 days, Adam.
Morgan's out for blood. That's not going to cut it.
I'll handle Morgan.
Chris, grant the dying man a final request. Let's see what we can do with FCOs. Call Thompson in London. Jim, Ann needs some long-term debt. Her client needs to stay away from the feds. Alan, yeah. Well, I'm up to my eyeballs in frames. Quarter. No, see, there's a reason I'm up to my eyeballs in this product. I like it. In fact, I like it so much, I don't think I can bear to part with it at any price. Well, except that one. How much you want? At that price? No. See, I can't do that. Okay, yes, done. Hello, testing. Thank heavens, I thought I was going deaf. Well, you heard the boss. Let's move it. Back to work.
Well,
Hey.
to see you. Oh, goodness to be back. Hey, this is still my office, isn't it?
Didn't think you were coming back till Monday.
Because the doctor said I shouldn't? Take a long weekend, Sally. You earned it.
I don't think you should come back.
Your mother always wanted you to be a doctor.
No, this isn't about your health, Dad.
Alveolar cell carcinoma.
What the hell is that?
Carcinoma?
It's a lung disease.
My father doesn't have cancer.
Well, actually, yes, he does. It's a type of cancer that's isolated to the lungs.
So it won't spread?
No, but...
It's not like it used to be. I mean, it doesn't have to, you caught it early enough, right?
Morgan will destroy us if you come back.
Us?
You, this firm, us.
So you want to give in to the bastard's blackmail? That's not the way I do business. That's not the way I thought my daughter did business.
The bastard is right.
There have to be options.
There is no known cure. Now, transplantation is the only current method
Put
of
him on the
treatment.
list.
I intend to. But at his age...
At my age. You can talk to me. I'm in the room.
Sorry. At your age, Mr. Larkin, the chances of a suitable donor coming along before...
Before I kick it?
Dad, you're not dying, okay? Just...
Excuse me, I must have misunderstood the word incurable.
My advice is, get your affairs in order. Do a little golfing.
I don't play golf.
I have no regrets, Sally. Market says that I can only take 6% of a deal. I refuse to do it for that. The Reverend knew that I could raise 15 million more than anyone else on the street. So I took 5. And the good Reverend takes the extra 10. Free enterprise at work.
No matter how you rationalize it, Dad, you stole from people. Thousands of people. You have no idea who. You have no idea what the money meant to them.
They got a sound investment.
They didn't get what you promised them.
Sally, that prospectus could have said that 5 million was going to be flushed down a toilet. Wouldn't have made a difference because nobody reads the damn thing.
I can't give you back the shares.
Wrong. Those are my shares.
I spoke with Kemper.
I don't give a damn. I gave you those shares.
Please settle down, Dad.
That wasn't estate planning.
You're not well.
You're damn right I'm not well. Why do you think I gave you those goddamn shares?
Because you trusted me to make the right decisions.
I trusted you to make my decisions.
Please don't make this any harder.
You're trying to steal my firm. You tell me why I should make that easy on you.
I'm sorry.
I don't care.
I have to act in the best interests of this firm.
And
Morgan
I'm
will...
not in those interests. Say it. Say it to the man who managed this firm for 37 years. For Christ's sake, say it to the man who changed your goddamn diapers, who wiped your snotty little nose. Tell me I'm a cancer to this firm, and I'll walk out that door.
You did what you thought was right. You can't expect me to do anything less.
You want me to be proud of you. I'm not that big a man.
You have power of life and death over the market. Do you know what that means? That means you should be asking for big bucks.
I already get big bucks.
Well, bigger bucks then. You could call any firm on the street and write your own ticket.
They're calling me.
How can you be so calm?
Let life flow over you, caressing you, but not shaking you. Classic Buddhist philosophy.
Not Jewish?
Might be. It allows me to remember that I'll be yesterday's news by tomorrow. So, what do you have on Transalt's dividend history?
What does it matter? Flip a coin. You know you'll be right.
Marx.
You know, you cost me a fortune.
Who is this?
I'm very disappointed.
Well, I'm sorry, but I really do.
If you hang up, you'll never know how I got your personal number. I know a lot about you, Susanna. You arrive at work every day at 6:45. You work out at the Oxford Club twice a week. And your newsletter made a recommendation that cost me a lot of money.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but there's really nothing I can do.
On the contrary, there's everything you can do. Simply recommend Millennia Construction.
Go to hell.
I had hoped this wouldn't get ugly. Why don't you just think about it for now? Susanna, I can be a very good friend. Or I can be a very bad enemy.
Hey, it's not all sweetness and light being on top of the world now, is it?
You can actually see the lake from here.
No kidding. I've been here 2 years. I haven't actually smushed my face up against the wall. Ah. Beautiful. Wow. You think you know a place. You know, I wasn't really crazy about you when I first met you.
Really? Now?
Now? Now you have to leave.
Huh. I've had better reviews. You sure you don't want me to stay?
No, I want you to stay, but that felt like you don't want you to stay. I can always use an extra friend, though, right?
This isn't personal. It doesn't have anything to do with you.
Of course it does. I don't suppose you'd like to talk about it?
I know what I said. It's just going to take a little longer than I thought. I may have to go to the dean to ask for a leave. Yeah, I know. I have to go. You know, I'll take care of it next week. I'll give you Marty.
I don't need you for that.
No, but you need me to extract the justice you think my father deserves. You're no different from him.
You are?
Marty only gets 30 days. Now get the hell out of my office.
I have been greatly reassured by seeing the grace with which my daughter Sally has stepped into the role of senior partner.
I am sorry.
This has allowed me to make this decision free of regrets. And so, on the advice of my doctors, I am today announcing my retirement, proudly handing over the reins to a third generation of Rosses.